Ladies and gentlemen, your main event of the evening is a six-man tag team match scheduled for one fall with a 60-minute time limit, and this contest is for both the IWC Super Indy Championship as well as the IWC World Heavyweight Championship. In this contest, should either champion be on the wrong side of a decisive pinfall or submission, they will lose their respective championship to whichever member of the opposing team scored the decisive pinfall or submission victory.
Well, we saw Bulk Nasty training to get back to the top of IWC. Certainly he took that IWC title loss just as hard as Bill Collier, even though that may have gotten a little bit lost in the shuffle thanks to the opportunistic moment captured by this man.
Introducing team number one, making their way to the ring at a combined weight of 686.9 pounds. The team of the Big Fundamental Zach Nystrom, the current IWC Super Indy Champion Leon Tarantino Derek Dillinger, and the current IWC World Heavyweight Champion, the Man Time, Elijah D.
Well, Nystrom's in a wild mood, throwing around his jacket like he's Hanson, but check out the decorated field on team number one, Super Indy Champion Derek Dillinger, Big Fundamental Zach Nystrom, and the man that seized the opportunity, activated the reset button, and won it all. Man Dime Elijah Dean is the man here in IWC.
You can compare them to the Triple Threat. You can compare them to the Freebirds or any other great three-man team. But those three men in the ring right now run IWC.
They certainly raise a convincing case.
And their opponents are the challengers. First, from St. Paul, Minnesota, weighing in at 229 pounds, Jack Pollock.
Well, Jack Pollock has always been proud to stand a man on his own 2 feet, but two partners with a common enemy, or a series of them, but Pollock and Derek have certainly had their issues over the past several months as well.
And his tag team partners, first from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, weighing in at 202 pounds, they call him the Sky Prince, Anthony Young.
You can see the energy and the intent as Anthony Young comes through that curtain, excommunicated from Money Shot, humiliated, and has been searching for retribution ever since. A1 holds a pinfall win over the Man Dime, if I recall correctly. A1 hadn't forgotten about that. If he pins him in this six-man tag, A1 will be IWC champion.
And that could set off a chain of events like no other.
And being accompanied to the ring by Julia Lynn from Erie, Pennsylvania, weighing in at 211 pounds. This is the IWC legend, Big League, John McChesney.
And for my money, the best to ever do it on a main event consistent level in IWC is John McChesney. You look through that resume of championship wins. You look through the resume of major stars he's defeated, and yeah, Man Dime Elijah Dean is he's a badass. He lives the high life. He's enjoying every second of being the champion. But John McChesney was where Elijah Dean is now before Elijah Dean hit puberty.
Well, yeah, you think about the legendary status and career of John McChesney. You think about his war with Low-Ki, that for a lot of people put him on the IWC map. We've seen John McChesney take on the late great Larry Sweeney, and we remember how extreme that got. John McChesney is the past, present, and future of IWC, but he's going against a man that, for my money, is in his head right now. And let's not forget, Joe, McChesney and A1 have had their issues. That is what catapulted A1 down his path. A path that, I might add, was detoured by Money Shot. And the same goes for Julia Lynn as well.
Well, remember, McChesney had his hair cut most unceremoniously by Man Dime Elijah Dean once upon a time. Let's listen in. McChesney not going to back down. 2 titles at stake. John McChesney was not here a month ago, thanks to Money Shot taking a preemptive trip to Erie. And whatever the hell they did had to have been pretty severe to keep John McChesney from making a fight.
Well, Money Shot did take a little bit of a detour. You know, the circumnavigation road to get here. Now, Pollock, obviously, no stranger to the IWC World Heavyweight Championship as well.
You can feel this tension in this ring as everybody is jaw-jacking. Everybody's trying to get the last word in. Man Dime Elijah Dean won that IWC title shortly before his 24th birthday. And I believe that puts Dean, I'll have to double-check the history books, but I believe that puts him number 2 all-time in youngest IWC champions. Second only to Joaquin Wild, DJ Z, who I believe won his first IWC title at age 20 or 21. Nystrom and Dime, much like a DJ Z, much like so many others in our 20-year history, are prodigies, are wise beyond their years. There's Nystrom cinching in a fundamental but effective side headlock on Jack Pollock. I think it behooves you to keep Jack Pollock away from a brawl, away from a fight. Basic mat wrestling will suit Jack Nystrom.
You know, there's a lot of interesting overarching stories and also some mini stories in this as well. Jack Pollock got pulled into this by Derek Dillinger. Mm-hmm. Dillinger was messing with Palace. Pollock tried to be the voice of reason and found himself in the middle of this whole thing. I mean, you've got what a lot of people said was going to detour Man Dime and Elijah Dean when Nystrom was on the show for a while. If anything, he's come back better than ever, and they just picked up right where they left off.
Jack Pollock gets the better of Nystrom, out-wrestles him center of the ring. And you heard Pollock, you ain't got anything on me, bring me one of the others. And Dillinger and Dean, not in a big hurry for a tag.
Well, you know, Nystrom said, guys, I got this. You can take a breather. And that's part of the reason they're a great team.
Here comes McChesney.
But let me ask the question here. Where do you find the level or the breaking point where you want to tag in your partner? If you're McChesney, Pollock, or A1, you tag in your partner, you're at a disadvantage to win a championship.
Again, to bring that forward is if you pin a champion, you and you alone win the title of the man you pinned. For instance, if McChesney were to pin Man Dime, McChesney becomes IWC champion, but Pollock and A1, beyond being victorious, obviously they'll win this matchup, but they will get no championships with them. Ouch. And there's those chops, those McChesney staples, lighting up the chest of Zach Nystrom. But to your point, BC, should be interesting to see if the strategy of Team Big League, for lack of a better term here, as A1 gets great hang time and height on that drop kick. Are they individually minded, or do they have a common goal?
Well, I think it's just a question of, do we want to wear down our opponents, or do we want to try and get the victory for ourselves? I mean, not to interrupt you, but I am. You can be friendly all you want, but when it comes down to it, we know almost everybody is going to sacrifice that to be a champion.
Well, and as Mandai gets involved illegally, let me flip the coin on you here. On the other side of the ring, is the potential loss of a championship going to preclude Dime or Dillinger from wanting to tag in, knowing that they're safe on the apron? We have not seen either one get involved in this matchup yet. Now the first tag to Dillinger while Jack Pollock is prone.
Well, that's a good question as well. Dillinger obviously not no stranger to taking advantage of things when they suit him. That's why he's the Super Indy champion.
Dillinger is a morally decrepit individual.
Well, there you go with the insults again. I said opportunist.
I think Derek would hear that and consider it a compliment.
Well, be that as it may.
McChesney getting baited in. The temp for McChesney, who recruited Diamond Zach Nystrom. Wanted to rebuild a bigger, better team, big league. And in McChesney's absence over the pandemic, Diamond Zach feel they outgrew the advice of the greatest IWC champion of all time.
I mean, the proof is in the pudding, to use a wrestling cliche.
Well, I'm not arguing their success. But obviously, McChesney feels stabbed in the back. And I think he has every right to be. And Derek wearing away on Pollock, but Pollock has such an immensely high pain threshold. Then again, so does the Super Indy champion. Trips up Pollock in the ropes. Keep in mind Pollock's history, well documented. Knee injuries. Pollock sometimes is just held together by rubber bands and crazy glue when he goes out there. But Pollock will not back down from anything.
And you know, there you could just see that little bit getting McChesney off his game to come over there. That is a very, very different McChesney. He's normally cool as the other side of the pillow.
McChesney looking on as Pollock is the victim of a 3-on-1, and McChesney can't do anything but root on and cheer on from a distance. Check out this triple team. Once again, Nystrom elevated. Look out.
Well, Derek spent a little bit too much time there jaw-jacking with McChesney and A1.
And Pollock finds A1. And here's another personal issue. Mandarm talked down and demeaned A1 even when they were on the same team. But the explosiveness, the emotion is finally pouring out of the Sky Prince Anthony Young.
Well, the emotion can pour out, but Derek Dillinger might have just forced A1's heart to skip a beat with that chop.
And Derek and Dime double team, but A1 comes back with a Cape Rana. And soars onto Nystrom. And you know this is the moment A1 has wished for and dreamed about ever since he got excommunicated from Money Shot. Cross body. A1, pin him A1, be the IWC champion.
Well, this might be a mistake right now.
Oh, A1's looking to finish him off. And Derek from behind. Jeez, that was awkward. What a bad landing. His leg got twisted. His legs were caught up in the ropes. He landed high. He landed uncontrolled. And now A1 is at the mercy of this self-proclaimed triple threat, whatever they call themselves.
And there's something that you see a veteran do. He threw A1 to the outside, tagged in Nystrom, gives that little bit of distance, that little bit of an advantage.
And Nystrom breaks the count. Jeez. Blistering chop. And Nystrom points to McChesney, saying, "You're not the only one that can do it."
Well, I don't want to question McChesney, but he should not taunt Nystrom to do it again.
No, and McChesney can't do a thing about it. Do it again did not help A1. And stepping on the back, a metaphor for how Nystrom and Dime treated A1 originally as their apprentice, their project. And Mad Dime pulling McChesney off the apron. And there was no even call for that. A1 wasn't even near a tag. Dime just wanted to mess with McChesney's head.
Well, you know, it's a fair point. As we see Nystrom in there now.
Flagrant choke after flagrant choke.
Well, look, you know just as well as I do. The referee can't call what he can't see. He's got 7 individuals out here. There's no love loss, I don't think, between any of them, at least on the one side.
Man Dime frequent tags by Nystrom and the 2 champions. Tag team cohesion. They all have, at least one would suspect, a common goal. And it's take out the 3 biggest threats to their triple threat. And having all of that body weight of Derek Dillinger leaning down India, that neck, that carotid artery, not a fun way to spend an IWC main event. One elbows. Derek switches directions and, man, a standing senton from way up high. A1 kicks out, and Derek's not taking it well.
Well, I believe Derek saw that going a little bit differently in his mind.
Derek, in his mind, things usually are quite a bit different, aren't they?
But in firm control right now.
Well, A1 sends Derek in, but A1 didn't have a ton behind that because A1 has withstood a lot of punishment, but Derek got all that boot.
And he's going to put A1 exactly where he wants him.
Well, you have to wonder how much longer can A1 last without a tag before this thing's over.
A1 is taking quite a bit of punishment at this point.
Springboard moonsault, nobody there. Derek got the wind knocked out of him. A1 the face plant. Flatliner connects. Both men in need of a tag, but neither man really having their bearings.
Yeah, I'll tell you, A1 there, he might have possibly should have gone for the tag as opposed to trying to inflict some punishment on Derek.
I look at Man Dime again, scurrying around the ring like a coward, pulling Jack off the apron now. And Derek got the tag to Nystrom. This team is just swarming everywhere, and A1 could not get to the tag yet again.
Well, hey, look, what happens when you teach somebody all the tricks? That old cliche, too, of well, I taught him everything that I know, but I didn't teach him, or I taught him everything he knows, but not everything I know.
Oh, man, what a collision.
Money Shot picked up a few tricks on their own along the way that maybe McChesney didn't teach them.
A1 got the worst of that, and when you're 6'4" and 240 or so, like Nystrom is, that's going to happen. A1 lands on his feet, double neck breaker.
Yeah, but A1 is a long ways away from making a tag right now.
A1 going to take it to Money Shot here and prove there's nothing wrong with having a few nerdy habits, collecting toys, whatever you're into. Money Shot looked down their nose at A1, but now A1 is the catalyst to John McChesney, and the nucleus of this rivalry is reignited. And Man Dime is cunning and crafty, but I don't think he can outstrike Big League. And a McChesney staple. That scintillating drop kick that has helped win so many matches. And the TKO. Could McChesney get the IWC title back in his grasp? No. Man. We are seeing John McChesney, in my estimation, the best he's been in years.
And we almost had McChesney right there. Let's not short that. We almost had him right back at the top of the mountain there with a 2 count on Dime.
And something about it would feel so right. Could he become Super Indy champion? Wait a minute, man. Gets it both. McChesney's got to pin both champions. McChesney's got to win both titles. Oh, man. What a statement that would be. McChesney said he would do it at the outset of the matchup, and he almost did it.
That was almost Babe Ruth or shades of Jake Taylor calling his shot.
And now the fight spills out everywhere.
Well, Derek has a form of something.
John McChesney has not been IWC champion in nearly 7 years. I believe it has been 4 or 5 years since the Super Indy title. McChesney could taste it, but now this thing is completely broken down.
Well, I don't know what Derek's going for, but this is not going to be good news for McChesney.
Derek's got the stairs. What in the world is this? Oh my God! Derek Dillinger went for everything and found absolutely nothing.
Yeah, you know, those guardrails are held in their metal in beams and weighted posts.
And it's Pollock and Elijah Dean with fists of fire center of the ring. Remember how proudly Pollock held that championship. Pollock could pin Diamond, see himself back on top. Mandime takes out Pollock, but Pollock rolls to the floor. Mandime may have been looking for a cover.
Well, McChesney has him lined up.
And McChesney drills the Mandime right on the jaw. McChesney's got his title back. No. And we talked about the heartbreak of Bill Collier losing the championship in a couple of minutes. What would it mean if Mandime, on his first defense, has to say goodbye to that title? And it's not even one-on-one.
I'll tell you, that would put a little bit of issue in the camp of Money Shot and Derek Dillinger.
Well, McChesney went a second time for that thrust kick. Momentum carries him into A1. I believe a tag was made. I'm not sure Mandime's aware of this. And that drop kick of A1 reminds me of John McChesney. I think McChesney's been showing A1 what a proper mentor and teacher is supposed to do. And A1 soars to the outside, the tope con hero, and that is a lot of pent-up, unbridled frustration over the money shot experiment going awry. A1 showing so much more than they ever gave him credit for. Nystrom counters, went for that Longhorn Lariat. A1 looks to respond in kind, and Nystrom, just stacks him up and drills him. That shows you the power that Nystrom has to control another human body that way. And Pollock double arm DDT.
Version of the silly head there from, now we're going to have all pandemonium just breaking down here.
Full Nelson bomb by Derek Dillinger. Looking to pin Pollock. Here comes McChesney on top of the Super Indy champion. But took the wind out of himself, did McChesney. Elijah Dean. Double underhook. McChesney counters. Oh, the double A spine buster. Pin, point, precision. And the bodies are beginning to stack on the outside, but Mandime forgot about one. A1 going ripcord. Mandime counters. The double underhook. A1 the inside cradle. A1's gonna win the title! Oh man, we've seen A1 pull that off before in much the same surprising fashion. He'll do it now, no. And a second away from the IWC title. Mandime makeover countered. Oh, caught A1 practically in midair. Overhead, and now into that double underhook. Mandime the face plant. A1 on his face first, and Mandime wins the
Here are
six-man
your
tag.
winners, the team of the Big Fundamentals, Zach Nystrom. Still the IWC Super Indy Champion, Derek Dillinger. And still the IWC World Heavyweight Champion, the Mandime, Elijah D.
Mandime's gonna drill McChesney. face first as well. Mandime's not happy with just getting the win, with just keeping his IWC title. Mandime Elijah Dean going to make a statement to every top contender. He got rid of Collier, he got rid of Bulk, and it appears now McChesney, Young, and Pollock will be taken out of the equation, and Nystrom is chasing Julia, the former dime piece.
Well, hey, there may be only one left at this point. They've taken everybody out.
Money Shot dissects the challenging team, and Mandime gets the last word.
Cut the music!
Derek's directing the interview now.
You know, it's getting real fun beating these three month after month after month. And honestly, we could take the month off next month. We could go on vacation if we wanted to. But I want more. I want more. 12 large, baby. Jack, you like violence so much. Tony, you like to fly off of high things. And John, you like to call yourself the king of the cage. Well, there's a new king of the cage. And off with your head, because I'm laying down the challenge. August 13th, right here in the Court Time Sports Center. You boys want a war? Well, you can get one. I want war games!
War games! Mandime lays down the challenge in a match that's been the specialty of McChesney and Pollock. This triple threat of terror is looking to end the careers of Pollock and McChesney in the most dangerous and diabolical warfare IWC can provide. Cage Fury, August 13th. Will Mandime and company finish the job for good?
Locked in a cage with three wolves. That's not what you want.